If you've ever looked at your to-do list and felt completely overwhelmed before your day even started, this one is for you. I'm not going to tell you to time block every hour or color code your life into a rainbow. What I am going to show you is how I use themes to plan my days in a way that actually works, without overscheduling, without the guilt, when things tend to shift, and without losing my mind juggling multiple businesses at once. Everything starts on Sunday. That's my planning day, my reset day, the day I get my head on straight before the week begins. When I open my weekly spread, the first thing I'm not doing is writing a task list. I'm looking at the week as a whole and asking myself, what does this week actually need from me? I run several businesses at the same time. Luxe Marketing with all my clients, Amy June Lashes, Luxe Manny, Productivity Prism, and this very YouTube channel. If I tried to touch all of them every single day, nothing would get done. So instead, I assign themes. A theme is basically an area of my life or business that gets the primary focus for the day. It's not the only thing I do, but it's the anchor. So, what does that look like in real life? Some of my themes are client content. This is my Luxe Marketing block. Captions, graphics, scheduling strategy for all my marketing clients. Then we have YouTube, and I break this one down further depending on the week. Some weeks it's a scripting day, some weeks it's a filming day, some weeks it's B-roll filming. There's all different kinds of energy, so I don't lump them all together all the time, but I do keep all of YouTube. And then I have shoot days. These are fully blocked when I'm shooting content for clients on location. That's generally a half day or a whole day. And then we have Amy June Lashes, Luxe Manny, Productivity Prism, depending on what's active. One of my product brands might need a focus day for emails, launches, content, or just general business operations. And then we have admin, which you guys will notice that I generally block on Fridays. That's for creating invoices, following up on any non-urgent emails, any other types of follow-ups, behind the scenes stuff that just kind of keeps everything running that my team can't do and I have to handle. And then of course, Life of Amy June, which is my personal brand content that isn't just on YouTube. So for instance, like Instagram planning content, things that are just mine. I share a lot more of my personal life over on my Instagram page. I will link it down below if you are interested. I don't really share planning over there, so it definitely is more of what I'm doing in my day-to-day life and my family and business stuff. And then I write these themes right into my weekly spread. And you'll notice I generally have an AM focus and a PM focus unless something is super rigid and needs an entire day. I try to break it up so that I am not in one lane the entire day and could get bored and go astray. So one look and I already know the shape of my week before I've even written any single priority or task or anything into my week. And a little disclaimer, I do sometimes write my priorities in and my quick tasks and my projects before I theme my days, because sometimes I do like to see what my main focus needs to be. So I do that often. You can do it either way. I do it both ways, so I just want to be transparent because I have tons of videos on this channel and it's ever evolving, obviously, but you can do it whichever way makes sense for you. But this particular week, I actually did it the other way around, so that is what I'm showing here in this video. And then once the weekly themes are set, then they will just carry into my daily pages. And as you guys know, I don't set up my daily pages ahead of time. I do set them up ahead of time, but I don't fill them in. I simply just give them the day of the week, the date, any non-negotiable time-sensitive tasks that would go into my work block, or if there is something that must get done that day, I might fill it in the tasks, but I do not set my daily goal for the day or my top 3 priorities for the day until the morning of, and I don't fill my tasks out until the night before. But when I open my planner to my weekly spread, the theme is there to guide me into my daily page spread, so I'm not starting from scratch asking what my main focus should be for today or what I need to do for today. Obviously, I don't pigeonhole myself, and if I need to move something around, I will, but the theme just tells me the lane that I need to be in, the headspace I need to be in, and then I just fill in the specific tasks that would go along with that theme, amongst a lot of other things that I need to get done in the day. But for my blocks, that is what I do. So, for example, if today is a client content day, my task list is only pulling from that world. So you'll see my quick tasks, and projects. And if my AM block is to be client content, then I will only pull the tasks that have to do with client content and client content creation and scheduling and things like that into my morning work block. This way, I'm not also trying to write a YouTube script and answer lash customer service emails and do my bookkeeping. That's how nothing gets done well. So this is also where I give myself permission to not overschedule myself. I don't fill in every hour of every single day. I don't plan 47 tasks for a 6-hour work window. I pick what actually moves the needle within that theme or my set goals, and I let that be enough. Here's what theming actually solved for me: decision fatigue. When I sat down to work without a theme or a work block theme, I spent the first 20 minutes just deciding what to work on. By the time I picked something, I was already tired and didn't want to do anything. Themes eliminate that. I already decided on Sunday. Context switching, jumping from client work to creative work to admin work in the same day is exhausting, though I do those things. I just do them outside of my work blocks, so I'm not switching in the middle of a work block. Themes keep me in one headspace longer, so I can actually go deep and fully focus. The guilt spiral. When you overschedule and don't finish your list, it feels like failure. When your day has a theme and a realistic task set, you can close it out feeling like you actually accomplished and did something. And I mentioned this earlier. Yes, sometimes the themes shift. Sometimes a client thing is urgent and it bleeds into what's supposed to be a YouTube time block. That's real life. The difference is I'm not starting over. I'm just adjusting. I'm pivoting. The theme is just a guide, not a strict contract. I move things, I reschedule, and I don't spiral about it. This is the part that took me the longest to actually believe. Flexibility isn't failure. It's just life. The plan exists to serve you, not the other way around. If you want to try this, start simple. Look at your week and ask yourself, what are the main areas of your life and work that need attention? Write one of those at the top of each day, then build your task list underneath it. You don't need a perfect system. You just need a starting point. If you want to see the planner I use for all of this, I'll link it down below. It's the Productivity Prism Planner, and it's what makes this whole workflow actually click for me. It's available in paper and digital for your iPad. Drop a comment and let me know if you use themes, or is this something that you want to try or going to try? And if this video helped you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. If you aren't subscribed, I'd love if you would subscribe to my channel. I put out 2 videos per week, and I do try to put out shorts every single day so you can see in real time what is going on in my life and my planning. Well, in my planning life, that is. But thanks again for being here, and I will see you in the next one real soon. Bye.